And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Zebra!
They come up in an offset eye. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. 3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Underneath here to Hill. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. 4th down. Dalton wants to throw. And this is incomplete. Well, we got a little lull here in the action. Week 3 of the preseason. I know you and I were talking about the Cincinnati-Jacksonville game. What'd you take away from that?
Well, let's look at Cincinnati first. They went on the road, and all we've talked about the offseason was how they blew the Pittsburgh playoff game, and would there be a residual effect on this team? So far, it doesn't look like it. They look pretty good. Looks like Marvin Lewis and crew have put that behind them. Let's move ahead to Jacksonville, though. They've been kind of the darlings of the offseason, haven't they? A great draft, great free agency. Many people think they can make a move in the AFC South. They didn't look like it in week 3 of the preseason, but they have plenty of talent there. I expect them to get better once the regular season kicks off. And guess what? They open up with Green Bay at home.
A chance to prove themselves early. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it, and the Bengals grab it. Look at the big man rumble. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
On the return, it's Niall Davis. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They come up in an offset eye. They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Again, it's Charles. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
And he's brought down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now Davis. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Davis fighting. He loses the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
That one good for 15 and a first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
The defense won that play so fast, and I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Throwing is Smith. He hits West underneath. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. On first down, it's Smith. This will be caught at about the 5. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll run it with West. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 3rd and goal now. Ball on the 5. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here's Charles. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. All right, Charles, let's go off the script here real quick. Week 3 of the preseason, so many people point to that, say how vital it is. What do we take away from week 4 of the preseason?
Well, we know this is where certain guys make the team, right? Those last position battles. Maybe this is the tiebreaker week, and those guys are going to play the entire game trying to break that tie. Some coaches will have veterans who haven't played much at all, that they want to get on the field a little bit before the regular season begins. They may play them in a little bit of a, an audition sort of a deal, try and get them loose. And then, let's face it, others have question marks that they have to get answered, and they may have to take a little bit of a risk and play them in the last preseason game. just to get those question marks answered before the season kicks off.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Charles the lone setback. Now a play fake here on first down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. 22 yards on the pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend? And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And his kick is right through. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And out come the Chiefs now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Macklin, the man he was looking for, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the off.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Ray Malaluga. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? It's brought in left side by Tate. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a really good gain there on the post route. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
When you're running the ball effectively and the safety likes to dive up there to try and help tackle, that's when you want to hit him over the top with the post in the area he vacates.
And that's caught inside the 35. They give him a gain of 37. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here's Smith. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.